What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ambition. I've been trying to find time and the right time to make a video, and recently I finally understood that it's not about finding the right time, it's about making it the right time. So right now it's around 10 o'clock. I'm on my way back from the gym. I said let me take a couple of minutes under the street lights, as you can see, to make this video and to give you something that you could take on the rest of your days and the rest of this week. All right. On my last video I spoke about attitude and conquering your own attitude. See, the biggest thing that holds some of us back is ourselves. We think about things that were done to us in the past. Maybe you were in a bad relationship. Maybe your father wasn't there for you. Maybe your mother wasn't there for you. Somebody hurt you. Your uncle did this. Your auntie did that. Your grandmother did this. Your grandfather did that. And you're forgetting what really matters, especially once you turn 18. None of that matters anymore. You're no longer a minor. You're not under the charge of anyone. You're an adult. And what matters now is getting over your story in order to make yourself a success. See, we look at our story, and when I say story, I say all the bad. I want you to filter in all the bad things that have happened to you in the past that have made you think about people and situations in a bad light, in a bad manner. See, for example, my story was my father couldn't be in my life the way that I would like him to. And my mother raised me as well as she could by herself. However, I forever had a love in my heart for my father that I feel there was a hole there. So growing up, that made me angry, and I might have been bullied in elementary school a little bit. So as I got older, that anger turned into, as soon as you said something to me, I was ready to fight. Especially growing up in Brooklyn, New York. If you want respect, sometimes you gotta, lay the law down. Speak softly and carry a big stick, as our late great President Theodore Roosevelt would have said. The problem with that is I carried that mentality that helped me throughout my years in Brooklyn as a teenager, throughout my life as an adult. When I turned 18, all the way from 18 maybe to 19 and a half. So for that first year and a half that I was an adult and I was on my own, I didn't fully get it. I didn't fully comprehend that none of the people that I was getting angry with owed me anything. That none of the people that I was getting angry with had to show me any respect, had to give a damn about my anger, because nobody does. The only person that cares that you're angry is you. So you got to really learn how to curb that attitude. And I didn't really learn and understand that until I joined the military at 18, and about a year and 4 months in, I got what we call an NJP. It's a non-judicial punishment. And basically what it means is they took my rank at the time, and they took my pay that went along with the rank, and basically you get written up by your commanding officer. Now your commanding officer is a pretty high ranking person within the military. So it was weird because I was still at that stage where I was a E3, look it up. It's pretty far away from the 04 that was reprimanding me, and by this time I've been conditioned to have so much respect that I didn't know how I got to this point where I was getting in trouble. I had such high expectations for myself in the military, and boom, here it was just a year and a half in, and they had already sent me to anger management within my first, I think, 7 or 8 months. I had such high expectations for myself, and within 4 months of actually getting to doing my job, I was already getting in trouble. My attitude took a weird shift after that. I didn't quite learn my lesson right away. It went further downhill. I was a rank lesser, and I gave off more attitude. I had to prove something to everyone around me. I had to prove that I wasn't just some angry black boy from Brooklyn, and that's what I was at the time. Because I kept on telling myself in my head that this is my story. I had to prove that I wasn't just another angry black boy from Brooklyn, and within proving that, that's what I became, just another angry black boy from Brooklyn. And I started falling into the same hole that I was trying to keep myself out of. See, I didn't understand that none of the people within the military owed me anything. None of the people within the military had to make sure that I got or understood what I needed to do. None of them actually had to make sure that I met those high expectations for myself. And that's part of the problem that some of you have, is you think everyone around you owes you everything, that they owe it to you to put up with your attitude when you're feeling some sort of way, that they owe it to you to put up with your feelings and all that. The only person that has to put up with your feelings is you. And it would be nice if all of us did care about each other's feelings, and hopefully you have that friend that does that. But for God's sake, please don't take that into your workplace, and don't take that into the environment of which you hope to be successful, because that's a lot of baggage to carry around, and that's a lot of baggage to put on people who have their own baggage. Eventually I ran into a mentor. It was just somebody that, I wanted to be like, because where he got to in the military, and his story started to entice me. His attitude was similar to mine. We had, similar type styles and things, and I'm not saying that I felt, like we were the same person, but I could relate to him. And some of you know that feeling. So I started talking to him, and it just so happens that he was a spoken word artist by the name of Life. And by the way, if you haven't heard of him, check him out. I'll put a link down in the video. Definitely check Life out. It's my mentor, my big brother. He's one of the most insightful men I've ever met. But continuing on, he started teaching me, and I started doing spoken word along with him, and that started releasing some of the anger and some of the raw passion that I just had built up from all of that anger within me. And over time, I've just realized that, we create our attitudes, and the story that we build up of our past and what happened and how this one didn't love me, none of that matters. None of that matters anymore when you're on this journey to success, because my father died in 2011, and I still love my father to the death of me. I have his name tattooed on my shoulder. I love my father. And with my father gone, I didn't get to tell him some of the things that I wanted to tell him. Now, does that mean that I keep my anger because I haven't gotten to express that? No. There's no need on holding on to that. All I could do is say, I'm going to do better for my son, and I'm going to do better for my wife, and I'm going to do better with my life. See, anybody in your past who has hurt you did not willingly and purposely mean to hurt you. That's what you don't understand. In life, you come in, but you don't get out without hurting someone. Something you've done in the past has hurt somebody. And the sooner that you understand that and learn to let go, to forgive and forget and just move on, the sooner that you could get started on this road to success and just curb your attitude and understand that, one, nobody owes you anything. Right? Nobody owes you anything. And two, you just got to forgive and forget and move on. And hopefully this has helped you, specifically with, whatever issues you had with your attitude. Or, maybe it's not an anger thing for you. Maybe it's more of a depression or a sadness. There's no reason to be sad. I promise you, life gets better. And my life, I'm 23 years old, and my life is wonderful. I just gave my mom a 2010 car. Life is great. And that's what you got to continually tell yourself. Just tell yourself life is great. And then go out there every morning, throughout the day, and make it great. That's all it is. Sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow's success. Love y'all.